The Intergalactic Strength Championships had never seen anything quite like Dr. Rebecca Kim. Standing barely 5 feet tall among beings that towered like living mountains, she looked absurdly out of place on the obsidian arena floor of Titan Station. The crowd of spectators from across the galaxy erupted in laughter as she stepped forward. The Gorvani delegate, whose species could bench press small asteroids, slapped his massive knee in amusement. Even the stoic crystalline collective allowed harmonic vibrations that sounded suspiciously like chuckling. "This is your champion?" bellowed Warlord Grakthul, the current record holder whose biceps were larger than Rebecca's entire torso. "This tiny flesh creature?" Rebecca adjusted her glasses calmly and checked her tablet. "Actually, I'm not here to compete. I'm here to collect a specimen." More laughter rippled through the arena. The tournament coordinator, a 6-armed Valkorian, gestured dismissively. "Human, this is a strength competition for the universe's mightiest beings. Your species barely qualifies as sentient, let alone." The coordinator's words died as something stirred in the shadows beyond the arena. A collective hush fell over the crowd as they sensed it, a presence that made even the mightiest warriors step back instinctively. From the darkness emerged a creature that defied description. The Omega strain, as scientists had designated it, was the strongest life form ever recorded. Standing 12 feet tall, its body was a fusion of crystalline exoskeleton and biometallic muscle. It had been discovered in the deepest trenches of a dead world, where it had survived the collapse of its entire solar system. The creature's arrival had been unexpected. It had somehow tracked the championship across 3 star systems, drawn by the concentration of powerful beings. Now it stood at the arena's edge, its presence causing even the station's structural supports to groan under some unfathomable pressure. "Nobody move," whispered the tournament coordinator. "It's never shown aggression before." But Rebecca walked directly toward the creature. The crowd gasped. Warlord Grakthul reached out to stop her, but something in her confident stride made him hesitate. The Omega strain turned its massive head toward the approaching human, 6 eyes each the size of dinner plates focusing on her tiny form. She stopped 3 feet away and spoke in perfectly fluent clicks, whistles, and harmonic tones, the creature's native language, which no translator in the galaxy had been able to decode. The Omega strain's response shook the entire station. But it wasn't a roar of aggression. It was surprised recognition. Rebecca continued speaking, her tone gentle but authoritative. She gestured to her tablet, showing complex mathematical equations and star charts. The creature leaned closer, its massive head tilting as it examined her work. Then, to the absolute shock of every being present, the strongest life form on record slowly lowered itself until its head touched the arena floor in a gesture of profound respect. The silence was deafening. "How?" whispered the tournament coordinator. Rebecca turned back to the stunned crowd, her expression matter of fact. "The Omega strain isn't just the strongest life form on record. It's the last of its kind and the loneliest. Its species communicated through gravitational wave manipulation, which humans happen to excel at detecting and replicating." She gestured to the kneeling creature. "For 3 million years, it's been searching the galaxy for someone who could understand its language, someone who could hear its story, its pain, its memories of a lost civilization." The creature raised its head and made a series of complex harmonic sounds. Rebecca nodded and responded in kind. "It's not asking for a fight," she continued, facing the bewildered crowd. "It's asking for a friend. And sometimes, the strongest thing in the universe isn't power, it's compassion." The Omega strain rose slowly, then gently extended what might have been considered a hand toward Rebecca. She reached up and touched it without fear. In that moment, the crowd understood humanity's strength had never been physical. It was the ability to bridge the unbridgeable gaps between different forms of life.